What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Run it up, run it up, run it up.
荒野にさまよう魂。我を傷つけられると思うな。15、16。いい感じだ。
You already know, you already know. You already know, you already know. Ooh, someone's watching. Who's watching? Hit me up in the chat. Who's watching, yo? Who's watching? Let me know who's watching, you. Come on, there's one person in the chat, bro. Let me know who's in the chat. Who's in the chat? Talk to me, talk to me. Talk to me, bro. Talk to me. Hey, yo, what's good with you? Whoever's in my stream was good. You obviously here because you like Genshin. Appreciate it if you on my stream. So this is what we're gonna do. As the title says, it's an account cleanup. We're gonna just clean up my account. And if you haven't watched my previous stream, or if you haven't got to it at all, basically what I'm doing is I'm working on Albedo. And to be honest, I think the transition from last stream to this stream, I think I've gotten Albedo a little bit better. So now Albedo's a little bit good. He's alright. It is what it is at this point. Let's really get this going. Let's get it ready. Let's get it ready. Let's see what was up on here. At this point, let's go. Okay, so let me show you Xiao. This will be my main DPS. You already know. If you want to see his stats, 18,000 max HP, 2300 attack, 141 elemental mastery. Elemental mastery just came with it, I guess you could say. Here's his details. 83% crit rate. It could have been a 93, but the crit damage would have been less, to like 160 something. So I mean, like, there's not, as long as your crit rate is over 60, it doesn't really matter. So crit rate 83%. Crit damage is 172. Of course, you got injury recharge 136. Of course, the shield strength you got from 2 Geo characters, Geo Renaissance, whatever you want to call it, for Nemo damage. Of course, he's running Deathmatch. The only 5-star weapon I have is Ammo's bow, and of course, it's on Ganyu, so it's pretty good, This is the weapon is a level 90. Obviously, Xiao's a level 90 as well, so why not, right? Artifacts. Of course, I'm going 2-piece Viridescent, 2-piece Gladiator. If you want to see, of course, the flower, HP, main stat, of course, and Elemental Mastery, crit damage, right? Okay. I believe it rolled Elemental Mastery. Is the crazy thing. Of course, my plume. It's gonna be Gladiator, crit rate, crit damage, Elemental Mastery, injury recharge. This is actually not a bad piece. If it was probably attack percent, it would have been a little bit better. So Elemental Mastery, but hey, Elemental Mastery still good with Swirl, right? Sands, attack percent, crit damage, attack base. Could have been percent, would have been way better. Let's Mastery. This is an okay piece. for the goblet attack main. See, now the bad thing is I don't have anything, any 5-star artifact at least that is a Nemo damage bonus. That's only 1, 2, and 3, and they're all 4 stars. So I'll prefer to have just an extra attack bonus, really. Until then, crit rate. The good thing is a lot of crit damage, which is crazy, as you can see. I rolled it like 2 or 3 times. Of course, my Circlet is gonna be crit damage, attack percent. It's master and recharge. It rolled defense. That's the bad thing. That sucks, I know, but hey, it is what it is. I could go switch it to crit rate, but as you know, there's no point in doing that anymore. Crit damage, crit rate is already high. 0 constellations, of course. Oh, my fault. And then talents is going to be 7, 6, 7. It could have been more, but unfortunately, Xiao takes the same child weekly boss ascension material as Ganyu. So, you know, my Ganyu, I decided to put Ganyu at level 8 when I use her main DPS. But now, of course, I use Xiao. So now going on to Albedo. So now for Albedo, it is what it is. By the way, if you're watching the stream, don't be afraid to hit the follow button. I'm just starting off. You already know I'm starting off the grind, so it is what it is. I'm trying to stream as much as possible. Of course, I'm in school, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult, but bear with me. It should be fun. Let's see on this. Oops, 1 second. Okay, so Albedo, right? Level 80. Currently, the only character I have that's level 90 is Xiao. So I guess, you know, that's one thing I messed up at. If you're at AR52, the characters you should have at 90 is probably minimum is 3, maybe 2. I would say 2, maybe 3. All right, depends on what you're doing. Of course, Albedo's max HP is 17,000, attack 1,300, defense 1,900, 1,940. And then, of course, he's 10 friendship. Now, the details. This is where it gets kind of bad, I guess. See, now, crit rate, crit damage, not so good. Energy recharge, it's okay for Albedo. It could be better. But the thing is, I'll show you. Wait, I'll show you. I mean, what's it called? Geo damage bonus 83. It would go to 90 once I get him to 90, of course. So I guess that's pretty good. But now look at the artifacts. Of course, I'm running 2-piece Nobilis and 2-piece Petra. See, now the problem is, not the problem, but I used to run this piece on Albedo for energy recharge. So if I would have done that, of course, energy recharge would have went to 191, which is great. But I prefer the extra damage bonus, of course. And defense, of course, since this skill is based off defense. So as you can see, so I think now he's actually not that bad. I think the only problem is the crit rate and the crit damage. So I think I'll probably work on that. But as you can see, main flower is going to be HP, of course. Base attack, it would have been perfect as base attack percent. And it rolled defense, that's what it's pretty good, I guess. Crit rate, crit damage. Base attack, attack main stat, energy recharge, attack percent, crit rate, it's okay. Then base defense is okay. Would have been better if it's percent defense, of course. Defensive main stat, HP, crit rate, elements mastery, attack percent. Of course, you see that attack percent 16.3. It rolled, I think, about 2 or 3 times, and then crit rate was the rest. Geo bonus damage, attack percent. Now this is not a bad piece, if I do say so myself. Defense is pretty high, defensive percent, attack percent as well, then crit rate, not bad. And then defensive percent is this too. This is actually not a bad piece as well, so not bad, right? 0 constellations, his talents is going to be 5, 8, and 6. Look how many child upgrades I have. I have 3 of these, so once I get him to 90, I'm going to upgrade this to level 9. I don't know if I might crown him. I got 3 crowns. I might not crown. I might and I might not crown him, because he never leaves my lineup, so I might crown him. I don't know. And then this, once I get enough Mora, as you can see, I'll probably go to a ley line after this in a little bit. But then, of course, I need some of these. There you go. See, now, my Noelle. The reason why I use Noelle is, well, first of all, the reason why all my characters are like scattered around the place is because I'm never satisfied um with one team, I guess you could say, one team comp. It is what it is at this point. So yeah, so at first it was like an iffy. I don't know, because every time I got a new character, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, right? Of course, most of these characters aren't really used that much. Even Chi-Chi, actually I just got Chi-Chi yesterday, so I mean, the reason why I haven't upgraded her is because, barely, it's because I don't really have a comp for her yet. And I do, but obviously these characters, but really the characters I mainly not used but have been worked on mostly is probably Kaching and Up. That's it, as you can see. So all those characters have been in Jean, probably not anymore. Of course, I don't use Jean anymore, but you get it. She's not a bad character. I just don't use her anymore. But yeah, Kaching, Skip Jean, and then Zhongli, and then all the way up. There's characters I used to I have worked on, and they're not. See, look, they're not really. They're not really like upgrading or like worked on to their best potential. So that's the problem where it comes in. Of course, my Ganyu this is support Ganyu actually. Yes, this is support Ganyu. Oh, no, it's not. This Ganyu's not good. 1 second. My support Ganyu is gonna be right here. Okay, so this is my support Ganyu. It is what it actually lied. And there you go. It is what it is at this point. See, look, I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Well, I do actually. It's just that I'm all over the place. That's the problem. This is why it's gonna be a perfect way to get account cleanup. I think it'll be perfect content. Okay, so now this is how it's gonna be. Right now is gonna be excuse me. Right now is gonna be Noel, right? Noel, this is my Noel. 15,000 HP, right? 942 attack, 2100 defense, almost 2200. Now this is good, and yet again it's kind of bad, right? Attack could be a little bit more, but the thing is I don't use her for attack. I really use her for her shield. That's it. I don't even use her burst like that. Hence the fact why I have energy recharge still at 100. As you can see, crit rate, crit damage also. Well, crit damage is not high, but higher than what it's supposed to be, right? Excuse me. So yeah, here geo damage bonus, none. Like I said, I don't even use her. Of course, shield strength 50. Of course, due to that, she has white blind, and then of course she has Petra. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Retracing bull eye. Basically, I try to get as much defense as much as I can possible. As you can see, defensive percent, kind of good. It's okay. It's not maxed yet. This is her. Some of her artifacts aren't that maxed, of course. As you can see, the stats here are mainly defense. Of course, defensive main stat here, then base defense. The reason why I kind of went with this is because, of course, the defensive main stat and the base defense and the attack percent, okay, right? And the HP, so, right? Not bad to get her up like that. Crit damage, it rode crit damage, obviously, a lot, so I wasn't too happy. But again, I am. I can use this just in case I want to go sub DPS Noel, which I probably won't. Like I said, I really just use her for her shield, and it's kind of like I'm not using her to the best of her ability. I'm like halfway using her, but you know what? It's another thing we could do to help, right? Y'all can help me with. Defensive main stat is going to be attack percent, 21% attack percent. Now, this is pretty good if a character comes up with that's good with like defensive main stat. I mean, that's based off defense and can be like a sub DPS type, which is like her, but obviously it could be like Albedo maybe, or like a Xinyan, I don't know. But like I said, I don't really use her as a sub DPS, that's the thing. It is what it is, right? Yeah. Of course, this isn't also maxed out defensive main stat, defensive base, of course. So I think she should be worked on a little bit more, but overall I think her defense is pretty high. But already gone over her weapons, her constellations. I actually got another constellation yesterday as well, earlier yesterday before Kaching. So now she's constellation 4. She's actually pretty good at constellation 4. Trust me. Talents is not that high actually. I haven't been trying to get her talents up, which I should. 4, 8, and 5. This is for sure what I'm going for. Of course, I gotta get it up as much as I can, right? So yeah, and now Sucrose. Now I know you're probably looking at this and like, bro, what is this? What is this dude thinking? Like, oh my gosh. Now, for Sucrose, it's different. Before, she's not built right now. Obviously, as you can tell, she's not built right now, right? You can obviously tell right now. She does have 4 artifacts on, but I'll get to that. So basically, Sucrose is just here for the extra Anemo. Of course, the Renaissance, of course. I could use Jean, but I already have a healer. There's no really point. I could use Traveler. I have her at Geo, and then I feel like her and Sucrose kind of do the same thing, kind of, when they're both Anemo, or when she's Anemo. Kind of, if you think about it. So that's what I just did, and I just went straight to Sucrose. So basically, at this point, it's like 50-50, right? So as you can see, she is not built. Now, I don't have Venti, as you can tell.
Yes.
I would have been used Venti. This would have been a good lineup. If I had Zhongli as well, that would have been a perfect lineup. But hey, you gotta work with what you got. That's one of the reasons why I'm using Noelle, because of course Zhongli doesn't heal, but one of the best supports in the game, probably I should say myself. Especially with Albedo, they're probably one of the best duos. So Sucrose, I don't have Venti, so I'm using Sucrose just for the resonance, I guess. I'm not really using my team comp to the best of my ability, but it's kind of like an I guess you could say, right? So now, it's gonna be 50-50. So now, of course, 1.4 comes out next semester, excuse me. Still thinking about school. Next week, which is spring break, middle of next week, I believe on the 17th. That's when Venti comes out, as soon as 1.4. So, for sure, I'm pulling for Venti. I'm gonna have to hit pity for Venti. So, if I get Venti, that's great. And actually, I'm actually farming artifacts for Venti right now. And most of them, or the good ones, I guess you could say, are on Sucrose now. But they're not upgraded, obviously. Some of them are, but I only upgrade them to get, the 4th. You understand? Which really isn't a good idea, but come on. Her weapon doesn't really matter. Constellations, it don't matter. Talents, because I don't really use her. Unless you want me to showcase her, that would be perfect. Y'all just let me know. Now, of course, these artifacts are going to be used for Venti. Now, Venti, of course, you want to use a 4-piece Viridescent. Now, there's probably many ways to use Venti, but honestly, if you're not early in the game, Venti isn't really going to do that much damage as he would early in the game, if you're late in the game like me, if that makes sense, right? Of course, I'm more level 7, so Venti is not going to be like a quote-unquote DPS or sub-DPS type, right? I guess you could say, right? As he would when you're like world level 5 or like maybe 6, right? Or under. 5 or under, I should say. So, I guess you could say 6. Anyway, so for sure you want on the swirl as much as possible. So 4-piece Viridescent. Now, if you crit with Venti, that's good because his triangle hits for his burst, hits for a lot. So, of course, you're gonna want him to, little mix and match there. So his crit doesn't have to be that high for him to crit. I don't know. That's just what I think. But of course, as you can see, it's HP main stat, elemental mastery, attack, base, injury, recharge, crit damage. Not bad. It's okay. It could have been better, right? Of course, you want a lot of elemental mastery on Venti, but from what I'm hearing, a lot elemental mastery is not that good anymore. I don't know. I'm gonna have to test it out. Of course, this is gonna be attack base, attack percent as a substat, which is pretty good. I guess you can help with Venti. Crit rate, elemental mastery, and crit damage. And also, speaking of which, there's a substats, energy recharge. Let me get to that after this piece right here. The sands. So as you see, it's my sands as attack percent. Of course, they're not upgraded. I did it. I'm still working around it. But once I get Venti, or once I do a little more research on it, I'll showcase them for sure. But of course, you got crit rate, elemental mastery, energy recharge, and the defense percent. That's actually not that good. It could have been probably crit damage or attack, another base attack or something. I don't know. But speaking of which, so sands, I was gonna run energy recharge. I was gonna run this piece right here. But if you think about it, if you're running two Nemo characters, you're gonna swirl a lot, and you're gonna you can get a lot of particles, especially with Venti. Of course, if you use Venti and Sucrose, it'll be very good, but Xiao is my DPS, of course, so he can swirl, right? Probably not much as Venti, but he can swirl. So energy recharge doesn't be off the roof, right? Like Albedo's or somebody, right? Like my Albedo. My Albedo can go up to like 191, I believe, but of course I sacrificed some of that energy recharge for defense, so probably not the worst idea. Anyway, so you're gonna swirl a lot. So especially if you do it inside Albedo's skill, you're gonna get that extra, geo, or just extra particles in general. So not bad. So really, energy recharge shouldn't be that low, right? I mean that high. Right now it's at 121. I'm most confident it will go up a little bit more once I upgrade these artifacts. So that's why I went for attack percent main stat. Now, I mean, I got more attack percent main stats, sands for the very decent piece set, but it could be a little bit better. These substats aren't that good, as you can see. They're not all that. Just by looking at them, right? Without upgrading them. Don't go around upgrading the 4 to see what you get, right? I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I prefer it not to. It's a waste of artifacts and more. But onto the goblet. Now, the goblet is kind of weird, right? For me, obviously I don't have that many goblets, and obviously I have a Nemo damage bonus, and then another one, and then another one. That's the only ones that's a Nemo that I have, and they're 4 stars. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to farm some, which I'm pretty confident I should get a 5-star one by the time 50 comes out, hopefully, right? But now I was gonna go with attack percent, but I don't think I should. I think I should keep this a Nemo damage bonus, because I think it'll be very good for Venti. So, and then I got a little bit of injury recharge off of that, so I might as well max out this piece. Might as well. Then I got attack percent, so not bad, right? It could be better, but not bad for a 4-star, I guess. Or I could just go up here and just put a probably one of these just for the attack percent. I don't know. Probably not. But I think this would be the best choice for me right now, of course. This one down here is HP, then energy recharge, elemental mastery. Nah, I prefer that Nemo damage bonus here. Onto the Circlet. Now, as you can see, I got a lot of Circlets, but the one I use now, or I might use, is the crit rate. Now, I know you're saying, oh, he doesn't need a high crit rate, all this and that. So, basically what I'm doing is debating on between if I should go crit rate or attack percent. Now, reason being is because, like I said, he's gonna crit a lot, so your crit doesn't have to be that high. But yet again, attack doesn't have to be off the roof, right? Because I'm not really gonna be using him as DPS, so I could use either Ganyu or Xiao. So for me, based on the substats I got 2 for these two, I just wung it. I said I might as well just try to go for 4, even though it might have been a waste, but it is what it is. I could use it for someone else. I might go with the crit rate. Alright. Of course, I got attack percent, base attack, and the reason why I'm going for this crit rate piece is the substats. Now, the substats aren't the best. Well, it depends who you're using it for. For Venti, it's probably not the best, right? But overall, in general, if you want to maximize out your damage for Venti, I think it's a pretty good piece, right? Crit rate percent, attack base, energy recharge percent, and crit damage, right? So I think it should be okay. It is what it is. So yes, this is my 4-piece iridescent set artifacts for Venti. Let me know what y'all think. If it's okay or if it's not. I think it's pretty decent. I think it's more of a in between the decent and the great side more than the decent and the bad, right? Not bad. Plus, of course, they're not even maxed out yet. So, of course, it'll be way better when they're maxed out. If they roll, well, all of them are rolled okay, but y'all get it. So yeah, this is my my team right now. Obviously, my team. I think the only character that doesn't need work at all anymore is my Xiao, other than the talents. And then for Goblet, what you can do as well is run a Nemo damage bonus for Xiao. It's either that or attack percent main stat. It's either or. If you want to maximize your swirl, of course you're gonna do a Nemo damage bonus, because obviously, like I said, I don't have one that's suitable for Xiao right now. So of course I'm going to attack percent. And plus, look at it. Look at his substats. Crit rate, rolled a lot of crit damage, and then base attack, and of course defense, whatever. So this is not a bad piece. So this is one of the reasons why I did it. I kept this one Xiao. So, and he's pretty good. I think he's pretty good right now. Of course, if I had a better spear, but like I said, only 5-star weapons I have is Ammo's bow, and I use it on Ganyu. So, and oh, by the way, speaking of bows, the bows I'm using on Venti is going to be stringless. Now, this is probably by far the best bow to use on Venti. Reason being is because, of course, elemental mastery, and also the passive stat it has increases elemental skill and burst damage by 24% at R1, of course. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty good. Now, the reason why it's at 70 is because, of course, I haven't tried getting it to 80 yet, but I'll probably for sure get it to 80, and that's it. But also, the new bow that's coming out, what is it, Elegy of the End, I believe? It's for sure, I think people are saying it's made specifically for Venti, you know, just like Ammo's bow is for Ganyu, of course. That's what. So I think this would be perfect. So it is what it is. Enough of this. So now I guess this is what I gotta do. My Nemo, it is what it is. You just gotta do what you gotta do at this point. Yeah, so that's what I gotta do for my team. Let's see what else can I do right now. Oh, like I said, let me just showcase my team real quick, what I do on my team. Now what I can do is go to Storm Terror's lair. I got about 45 resonance, y'all saw, so I'm about to get some Mora, because y'all know I'm gonna need some Mora. Now let's see. I guess we can fight these HRs. I didn't really have to use Noel's now apparently this is, I think it's probably one of the, I wouldn't say best comps to run. Of course there's going to be a comp that has a weakness, right? And I wouldn't say it doesn't have to be a major weakness, it can just be a minor weakness, right? But I think this is probably one of the best comps ever. I think just for partners mainly, and just overall, not damage. I don't know. It's hard to describe, because of course you can't. If you're going up against, you know, abyss mages or, you know, stuff like that, or like shielded lava trolls, I believe they're called. It's gonna be hard to break the shields and all that. But abyss mage is probably a little bit easier because you can swirl, but you get it. So I think this is pretty decent build. Oh, waiting to get closer. First, give me that.
疑似用か。
任せてください。6308式ユニット。
I think this is pretty decent.
くだらない。
Yeah, so my Xiao is pretty good. I think my Xiao is pretty good.
超拡散形態。
I
疑
think
似用
he's
か。今こそ誕生の
that
時。
bad. I think that's probably one of the best builds I'm gonna make on him. Honestly, because he's built. Of course, I prefer the Nemo bonus damage, but honestly, the reason why I didn't try to get the Nemo bonus damage for Xiao is because, believe it or not, I don't even like use his burst like that, if that makes sense. I know it seems kind of stupid, but like the only reason or situation I would use his burst if it's like probably Spiral Abyss, if that makes sense, you know, or probably Domains. That's the only way I'll use his burst.
こんな風に暇を持て遊ぶことになるとは。
Because I feel like he has a high enough attack now.
行くぞ。
I guess we can do one more. These I don't really mind anymore. Once you get a higher level, you don't really mind like that. Trust. Let's see. I guess we can keep that. I prefer not to do another one. I guess I could just keep my resin. How much condensed resin I had. I should have streamed me doing everything now. I don't have that much content to stream on, but for sure next stream I would tomorrow I'll probably stream when I get back. I got stuff to do tomorrow. As you can see, you got Helichos over there. So yeah, I think this is pretty good a comp. Once I get Venti, it'll be way better. So I think this is great for that at that point, because it really just depends. But I think for Xiao's burst, I'll probably use either Spiral Abyss, Domains, or when there's like bigger like characters. I mean monsters, that makes sense. You know, like Ruin Guards, Ruin Graders, the big Lawatros, are that what they're called? I think that's what they're called. I don't know. There should be one over here, one of these, and the ice ones. Let me see. One over there. Oh well, the one that's over here, of course. Obviously, I already probably beat it. It didn't respawn yet, so I don't remember beating this. But yeah, the one that spawns here and the ice versions of those that go here. So not a bad whatchamacallit. Yeah, I think this is pretty decent. It's not bad. I like it. But yet again, it's like an you know, like a at that point. I got a lot of stuff to do though for this character, so I think it's not bad. But for sure, probably tomorrow I will stream a little bit later tomorrow. Probably sometime in the evening. I guess you could say. Probably like not that late in the evening, but pretty late in the evening. I don't know. It is what it is at this point, because you know, your man's got a lot of stuff to do at this point. My fault, I was turning on my fan. But it is what it is. So now I'll probably just, I don't know. It is what it is at this point. It's tough. It's real tough, because it's weird depending on how you play the game. And me, I messed up a lot. I for sure messed up this game. Like, you can come back from it. It's just, if you're high level, it's just not difficult, just time consuming, if that makes sense. Because there's a lot of stuff you gotta, well, actually there's not a lot of stuff you can do. The minimum, the max you should be in the game, if you're probably past 50, I guess. I wouldn't even say 50, because you gotta get your characters to 90. After you get your characters to 90, and all your weapons, there's really, you should just be on the max like an hour, probably, just doing your farming route, just do everything that you do daily commissions, all the extra stuff. So it is what it is. I hope they add more in-game, quote-unquote, in-game content, I guess you could say. But nah. I'll just do what I gotta do at this point. So yeah, so Genshin, that's a lot. That's enough for Genshin for today. What I will do, what I'm going to do is go all the way, I said all the way, is showcase Venti when it comes out. I will showcase him at, I'm pretty sure I'll get him to level 90. So, I'm getting him to 90. There's no doubt about that. And if I get him, I don't want to jinx it, but when I get him, or if I get him, I'll for sure get him to 90. And his weapon, I'll probably just keep at 80. His talents, speaking of which, his talents, I think I might just keep at all 6. But like, you know, straight across the board. Reason being is because, if I'm not mistaken, he uses the same material, weekly boss material as Xiao and Ganyu. Of course, they both do the same, Xiao and Ganyu, so that's the thing. I don't know, I might just upgrade his excuse me, dang, I got a brain fart. Lost the train of thought. His burst, probably to 7. Most likely 8, maybe not. But probably 7, most likely. But it is what it is. Of course, I might not get any constellations for him. I just want him just C0. I don't really care for the constellations like that. Of course, I'm mainly free to play, so I'm not a whale. That's what you said. But yeah, it is what it is. So that's Genshin.